waiting for treatment in A&E departments. Royal Liverpool says it's seen waits of up to 50 hours for some patients. 50 hours. Monthly data shows performance in A&E and the ambulance service deteriorated in December. A&E units once again missing their target to see 95% of patients in 4 hours. And according to latest NHS figures in England, the number of patients in hospital with flu continues to climb. Let's have a word with Helen Fernandes, an NHS doctor, chair of the campaign group Doctors Association UK. Hello, Helen, and welcome to the programme.
Yeah, hi, thanks for having me on.
What is it like to work within the system and essentially to face pretty much what we're outlining here, you know, winter after winter after winter?
Well, I think it's extremely challenging. I currently am not working on the front line, and I'm probably pleased and relieved to do that, but lots of our members are and my colleagues are. And I would have to say that there's a sort of mix of resignation, acceptance, despondency, hopelessness, but still people striving to get the best outcomes and care for the patients that they're desperately trying to help.
Of course. And when we're talking about NHS Trust declaring critical incidents, just tell us what that means and what is the point where they choose to do that? Because it is actually quite subjective, isn't it, from hospital trust to hospital trust?
Yeah, there isn't really a set formula, but it's triggered by long waits in A&E, patients stuck in ambulances outside A&E, and patients not sort of emptying beds and being able to go home. So it's when there's a real log jam, and each trust, has to make a decision about when and how they declare an incident. An incident sort of sends a message to those who are trying to come to hospital to think carefully before they present themselves. It may put social services and GP practices on alert if they could do more, which largely they can't. But it also helps the staff, I think, feel that actually we are working under difficult circumstances. It's not our fault.
You've obviously got a very clear professional connection, but you've got a personal connection with all of this as well, haven't you? You've got your grandmother was taken into hospital, I understand, which I'm sorry to hear about.
Yeah, she did yesterday at the ripe old age of 99 and a half. She's got pneumonia, she's got flu. And when she was taken to A&E, she was told that she would have to wait at least 21 hours before she could be fully assessed and admitted.
21 hours for a woman at 99 years of age.
I know, I mean, she won't quite make 100 waiting to get into hospital, no. But she's much closer than she was.
What was her reaction? What was her reaction to that, and to the rest of your family, if you don't mind sharing that with us?
Well, I mean, she was ill, so I guess she didn't really care or could really sort of understand. The staff were lovely with her. Her care was really good. And in fact, they moved her off a trolley onto a bed quite quickly. I was just, well, that's just how it is. And that's how I had to explain it to the rest of my non-medical family, who were appalled. But given that these headlines are regularly seen within the sort of press and on programmes like yours, everyone, I think, begins to understand that actually this is our new normal for our NHS.
One of our listeners just texted saying a 99-year-old waiting 21 hours, the NHS, the government and this country should hang its head in shame. Is your grandmother doing okay?
She's great, actually, and she's entertaining the ward currently. She's a good singer. Yeah.
Oh, right, nice, excellent, livening it up a bit. Just the final one, social care. This is the sort of critical issue here, isn't it? Really, so many people, quite rightly saying we really cannot properly address a lot of what is going on in our hospitals until we properly address and properly fix what's going on with social care.
Yeah, I mean, there are two elements that the incumbent government and the previous government don't seem to really get their head around. that are the fixes that need to happen. They are social care. Social care is underfunded, overstretched, and can't look after patients properly in the community. And thus people get into hospital when they don't need to because there's a crisis that social care can't deal with, and then they can't get out of hospital afterwards. And the second element, the big element of the NHS that can keep people out of hospitals are GPs. And GPs, as you know, are in their own crisis and are not able to provide care for their patients and need urgent review and help, as does social care.
Helen, thank you. Thank you very much indeed, and all the best to your grandmother.
Oh, thanks so much.
Take care.
You. Bye-bye.
All the best. Helen Fernandes, NHS doctor and chair of the campaign group Doctors Association UK.